Hi, and welcome to the final installment in our Bible of Salsa series. This is the third volume, the one that's focused purely on multi-samples, ultra deep sampling of Latin percussion, and ultra deep sampling of Latin pop salsa funk-friendly brass. In this case, we have saxophone, trumpet, and trombone side by side, each of them with 6 different types of legatos. You can either play what we call flat, sort of standard legato. We have portamento if you want to do this sort of softer, slower, kind of rolling style. We have a little more exaggerated vibrato. We have extreme vibrato. Then we have note repetitions, and then we have super fast run legato as well. And you can fluently, and you're going to see that in this video, alternate between them while you're playing. And that's what makes this library incredibly nimble and super sonically empowering when you use it as a composer. It really is, to me, it is really like one of those libraries that just works so well on the keys. I'm super excited to show you. This is probably the most lively and bubbly demo I think I might have ever created. And it is because the library just works that way. It just offers you its life. And we've been trying for a long time to encapsulate souls with our samples. How do you get the perfect performance? How does that translate into the samples? How does it feel on the keys when you're playing it? And this library, I want to say, is the first sort of new leap into a new philosophy of sampling, if you will, that we're going to continue for a long time to come, where their instruments feel alive, they're super nimble and playable, you don't have legato bumps and all the usual bullshit, but they just work. So let me show you here. Welcome to Bible of Salsa Vol III. I'll see you in the DAW. All right, so let's just get into the meat and potatoes of this demo, which I think is the brass legato. Let me just play here on the keys so you can see what's going on. We have 6 different types of legatos for each of the different brass instruments, so saxophone, trumpet, and trombone, and it's amazing. Right now, you can see I have them all loaded here at the same time, so let me demonstrate the 6 different types of legato. And if you check the key switches down here, you're going to see that you can alternate between the different types of legato in real time. Let me show you here. And it's also truly polyphonic. This has been about 3 years of development to figure out how to do true polyphonic interval legato. A lot of people have slinged the term polyphonic legato around. This is true interval legato. Let me show you. But it's also so much fun to isolate them independently. Let me just show you the saxophone legato down here. And it really is that nimble to play, no matter what you do. It just works on the keys, and I'm not even touching the mod wheel. If you want to get a little more expressive, you can go. Also check out this fabulous trumpet solo. One of the things when we go and record people is that over time we've learned, let's get people that really do this for a living. You can find a beautiful trumpetist that can play classical, but in order to find someone that really plays Latin, they're kind of going to do it for a living. And sometimes there is magic in the sessions. We get a soul and a fire in there that we otherwise don't get. And that's exactly what we got with this trumpet here. 6 different types of legatos. I'm going to alternate a little more in this solo just to show you the dynamic width of how far you can actually take this instrument. It's like photorealistic. And I'm even kind of sloppy in this demo, like this note did not need to be there and ruin the beautiful legatos. But just check it out, like especially when you get into the short run building legato, it's really a type of sort of staccato legato, if you will. We've also learned over time that, you know, we used to do normal legato and then portamento, but as we venture deeper into ultra deep sampling, it's not just those type of legatos, it's really all the expressive dynamic legatos, whether that ties in with vibrato or whether that ties into repeated notes, or in this case, run building legato. Just these last notes here, even though they're detuned, they're just so... And then I guess I ventured out of the realm of salsa music with this trombone solo here as well. I have a thing for smooth jazz and funk music, so I just couldn't help myself. And you'll notice that, for example, here, that one ruined the legato interval. So you want to be careful, sometimes just cleaning up if you play fast. Like I literally play these solos in real time and just having fun on the keys. And then sometimes I'll just go in and clean up a little bit if I mess up. And definitely when you use this library, use the fact that you have both solo instruments and ensemble side by side here. You can just click the S button in solo, or you can unclick them all and play them all together. Just check out, like, for example, the saxophone and the trumpet just playing together here. And when you combine the ensemble with the solos as well, you just get this sweet, beautiful salsa Latin magic. And also just a little shout out to our Blackbird Master Kit here, just one of my favorite drum libraries. And behind the drums is the beautiful Latin percussion. This entire demo is just played with the multi-samples that's a part of Bible of Salsa Vol. 3. I'm just going to show you a couple of the different instruments. They're insanely deep. So unless you just want to hear me play congas and bongos and shakiras and maracas and timbales and cowbells for 30 minutes, I'll just give you a really brief rundown here. It's really extensively deep sampled. If you look alone here on the conga patch here, you have 4 different types of congas. In each of these keys down here is a vast amount of round robin and velocity samples for the conga here. And you have the same level of articulation depth, both for bongos, cajons, congas, different types of salsa drum sets, timbales, and small percussion like cowbells and shakers, all with multiple microphone positions if you want to get into that. But wait, there is more. On top of polyphonic legato for the brass instrument and extensively deep sampled Latin percussion, we also have a variety of other set articulations. So if you want to get into the more crescendo or sforzando or ornamentation, we have a variety of unique multi-deep sample phrases for that as well. Let me just briefly take you through some of them here. And for example, with the long crescendo, you can see I'm using it a couple times throughout the demo down here, just to create that sort of magical build up so you really break into the music. We also have traditional monophonic legato, not that I would use it so much now that we got polyphonic, but you can have it if you want that sort of monophonic feel. We also have these beautiful ornaments. These are note bends and things that you can't commonly do with multi-samples. As you can see in this demo, I use them here and there to sort of dress up the composition a little bit. I want to say like 90% you can probably do with multi-samples, but sometimes you want to have those additional phrases, the super fast trills, the licks, the runs, the drops, everything you can't just do with normal multi-samples. And when you put them all together, you get true magic. We have the polyphonic legato that I demonstrated earlier, and it's just It's neat because you can switch between monophonic and polyphonic in real time. You can totally break it if you do super crazy stuff like... that actually worked. Okay, but if you really try to screw it up, I'm sure you can break it somehow. We also have the essential short notes. And they may not sound like so much on their own, but used for like very specific things where you have like a tight break, for example. Can I just hear that again? I just love that part. And I know I'm totally venturing outside like Latin and salsa music. I just have this deep thing for Herbie Hancock's Headhunters, and just anything I can do in that style and sneak it into a demo, I'll do it. So maybe with those notes, we should end this beautiful adventure. Thank you for watching. This library, if my excitement is not oozing enough, is one of our proudest achievements for ADO. I think we've really ventured into a sort of whole new realm of expression and legato and soulful sampling, if you will. So thanks for watching.